Were there situations when your status of BFF was jeopardized?
Yes. We're going to get into some fan questions. Here, we got them from Emily. All right, the first question is for Chris. So it's often true that one finds love when you least expect it or when you stop looking for it. That being said, a lot of people go on dating apps hoping to meet someone, especially when you are all alone. But isn't that a way of still keeping looking for it or expecting something? What do you make out of that?
Well, I think it's interesting because I'm on all the apps, like every single one of them. And I don't look at them every day. Like I'm on them, but I'm not like actively searching and swiping all the time. I'm kind of just like doing my own thing and doing my life and dating the people that are actually making themselves seen. So I'm not really searching for it. But it is nice to feel like I'm out there in a way.
Right. And I know I mentioned earlier on that episode that I went on a mancation. My mancation definitely included apps. So if I was in a time where I wasn't dating, I wasn't looking on apps, and I wasn't looking in person. But it is still a good way to keep your options open. I mean, you just never know what's going to pop up across your phone. Next question, Cruz.
Okay. Noni mentioned a tummy tuck. Is that a procedure in order to lose weight? And was the reason to lose weight to look better in order for the possibility of meeting someone or something else? How was it a concern with the possibility of having more children?
So great. And I'm glad that you asked this question because I definitely don't want to leave anything in the space to confuse. So tummy tuck, a lot of the times it is a procedure to lose weight. I documented the whole gosh darn thing. But in my case, it wasn't to lose weight. I just carry babies very large and end up having extra skin when I lose the weight. So I was training for months. And then I had a lot of extra, I wouldn't say a lot, I had extra skin on my belly. So I just went to remove that. Now, in that episode, I explained at that point, I was already on a mancation and I was just doing it for me. So definitely it wasn't to find someone, it was just for me. And then how was it a concern for the possibility of having kids? Really glad that you asked that. You can absolutely have more kids if you had a tummy tuck procedure. It's not like medically makes you not able to have kids. The only reason why the doctor asked me that question, if I wasn't, are you done having kids, is because if you have another kid after a tummy tuck, you basically go back to your before picture and it just reverses the procedure. So I basically, if I wanted to, I had another kid. If I want to have another tummy tuck, I will. And I'll probably document it and bring Kristen along for Best Friends with Benefits. But I definitely don't want to leave anything in the space of like, if you have a tummy tuck, you can't have more kids. You can absolutely have more kids. Next question. Kristen mentioned she was single. Is there a time when it occurred to her that she was okay with that and she can enjoy life to the fullest? What were the triggers or the events that led to that realization?
I think, I was displaced for a whole year last year. And I felt really alone and really sad. And then the pandemic happened and I felt really alone and really sad. And I was single during both of those events and I turned out okay. Maybe even better than okay. Like I'm great right now. And I think those two events, it's like, if I could get through that alone and still be fabulous, then I can do life by myself. And, when I find my person, it's just going to be icing on the cake. I won't need him for anything, but I will desire him.
Let it know. Let it be known.
Were there situations when your status of BFF was jeopardized?
Yes.
Yes.
And look, I feel like we'll probably do a whole episode of focus on our
breakups.
Our breakups. Yes, we have broken up as BFFs in the past. Periods of time where we legit did not speak to each other, singing in the same band, being on stage with each other, not looking at each other and not talking to each other. But I think And we don't have to get into all of that now, but I think that us getting to the level that we got to of being so mad at each other and being able to come back, that just only speaks for the love that we have for each other. Because I've never had a friendship. I've never had a friendship where we go through breakups and stuff like that. But we've made it through all of them, and it's just taught us so much about each other, about ourselves, and about what friendship is. We've been friends for 10 years, best friends for 10 years, and we were growing as women through that whole time. And just like, there were parts of our lives where we had to be apart and learn and grow and come back together.
Thank you for your questions. Keep them coming. We love answering your questions. And thank you so much for listening to Best Friends with Benefits. Bye.
All right, make sure you follow us on Instagram, BF with Benefits Podcast. We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to see the visual to this episode, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to get the notification whenever we upload.